Tiffany, lots of talk around your World Series of Poker performance. Have you watched all of the broadcasts?
I have watched all of the footage. Actually, the last episode where I got knocked out, we went to a friend in LA's cinema room and we all sat there in the big chairs and mourned the demise of Tiffany Michelle taking 17th place in the World Series of Poker.
Do you think it's been an accurate representation of how you were at the tables?
You know what, I think obviously anything that is aired are things that I did and said, but I think people have to keep in mind that they saw a total of 7 edited TV hours from a week-long tournament and over 100 hours that I put in. And of course, everything's not going to be in context. You know, everyone saw like the greasy fries situation. Do you guys not seriously think that I didn't wash or wipe off my hands? Did you seriously think I'm like, let me look at my cards? Like, obviously, they don't show you the full context of what was going on. They don't necessarily show you the true reactions. You know, I saw a couple of my reactions and faces that I was like, wait a second, I didn't do that face right there in that moment. So I think people just have to remember it's edited and you don't really get the full scenario of what was happening altogether and what was actually said and done to warrant different reactions and things that happened.
Craig Markey and Ivan Demidov have spoken out about you. Despite your insistence that you were joking around, do you think that part of their reaction would be different if you were a guy?
Let's go, boys, anytime. No, I was really shocked at the things that they had said. And if I saw them in person, I'd, be nothing but kind to them. I know that I haven't spoken out negatively to anybody that I sat down with, even if I did actually have a negative impression. It's just not something that I want to promote or I need to highlight in someone else's game. And ultimately, I'm not there to make friends. People forget, it's hard being a chick in a guy-dominated field because you do, as a part of poker, want to be tough and you want to be feared and respected. You're going to do really well in poker if you're feared and respected. So, no, I'm not going to be like your best pal because if you're kind of afraid of me and you have that tough exterior, then I think it's going to be advantageous for the game. But that doesn't mean that away from the tables we can't hang out and have fun. I don't know if Craig, Ivan, and I now will hang out and have fun, but you guys are more than welcome anytime you ever see me to come down and hang out because I have no hard feelings.
Now, we know you. You're not a bitch. Do you just think your table image has been misread? Were you trying to establish a table image and that got misread, or what do you think really happened?
Definitely in my poker game. I think if you look at some of the top female players, not that I'm likening myself by far to any of these women, but Jennifer Harman, Annie Duke, Kathy Liebert aren't known for being these really sweet, like, oh, hi guys, how's it going at the tables? That's not how they are. There has to be some kind of tough exterior when you sit down and when you're playing with guys, because in general, guys sit down and they bully women. They think they can beat them. They think they can outplay them. I see a lot of times guys target women because they think they're weaker. Therefore, to combat that, you have to do and say things that say, like, buddy, step off. I will take your chips in 5 seconds. There has to be an attitude there in poker. So when I sit down at the table, I do have an attitude. I'm not there to make friends. It's a competition. Hello, you actually want the other people to lose. You want to beat these people. So I don't know what game everyone else is playing, but the goal is to beat everybody and take all their chips. And not that that can't be done in a respectful manner. I think I have a healthy sense of competition. I also think that I have a lot of sportsmanship. And you know what? Sometimes banter and, pushing people's buttons and tilting people is a part of the game of poker. I don't know how we've lost sight of that. So with all that said, it's all a part of the game. If I came off the way that I did, I just would hope people that would remember, yeah, actually, if I tilted somebody and put them on edge, that's a good part. I'm doing my due justice in playing poker. So, whatever. I know that I'm a girl, so it's a little bit heightened, things that I do and say. But ultimately, the people that know me and the people that sit down with me know that I'm not a bitch person. I'm very kind. I'm happy to sit down and talk and hang out with anybody. But it's going to be a little bit intense at the poker table.
Explanation that you put up on 2+2. How many pages into that thread did you stop reading?
Probably 2. And about the time that I got to the second page, I was like, oh, so this really, like, this thing that I did with really good intentions is going to have 0 sense of productivity. Of course, the funny thing is, if people are willing to hear and they're open to actually hearing both sides of something, they will. But instantly, I realized haters are going to only hate. So, of course, I mentioned something in there about, like, listen, Kobe Bryant fouls people. Wayne Gretzky body checks people. It's part of the game. It doesn't mean off the field they're not nice people. So the response that I get to that, of course, is, oh my God, you have such a big head, you're saying you're Kobe Bryant and Wayne Gretzky. And so at that point, I'm like, all right, well, if anybody really cares to hear, you know what I'm saying, they will. Yeah, so at this point, sorry, 2+2, not doing that anymore. I don't need that negativity in my life, so bye.
Before this, you were pursuing a singing, acting, modeling career. Are you full-time on the circuit, or are we still doing that?
I'm doing both. Fortunately, you know, with Ultimate Bet, I'm able to kind of pick my tournament schedule. I'm getting to go to places I actually want to go to. You know, no offense, but there's some locations that it's like, no, don't really need to do Tunica. So I'm getting to go to awesome locations, playing tournaments that I really want to play, but totally balancing that with acting still. Have a lot of meetings in progress for some different TV stuff going on. Just shot an episode of LA Inc. So yeah, I'm able to kind of balance both. There's always a poker tournament. It's not like there's a lack. So yeah, jumping back and forth between poker and acting.
Have you spoken recently with Tony G and Jeffrey Lissandra?
I have not seen or spoken to Tony G or Jeff Lissandro. You know, everything was left where it was, and you know, I don't know what I would do if I saw them. Specifically Tony, because Jeff and I kind of after the situation just made amends and said, hey, sorry, there was, you know, miscommunication here. But yeah, wait and see. I hope the cameras are rolling when that, you know, that comes to head. I really don't know within me, like, what my response would be, or if I would say something, or of course I have this awful dream that we'll end up in a tournament together, sitting at the table, then of course, you know, the fireworks will go off, so.
You dating?
You know, geez. I'm not much of a dater, I never have been, but I'm pretty private about my relationships anyway, so I don't think you guys would get much of a scoop on anything in that department.
And what's up next for you? What are you gonna do this weekend?
What's up next? I'm here in Vegas for Maria and I are sharing the Romeo and Juliet suite at Planet Hollywood. The Leonardo DiCaprio Claire Danes days. We got pillows from the movie and candlesticks. I've never stayed at Planet Hollywood before, so it's kind of an adventure. I was in town for an appearance for a company called Gentex that flew me in to play poker with a bunch of their clients. We have the Harley Davidson charity celebrity poker tournament this weekend, and then of course final table, go Chino Ream, holla. So I'm here in Vegas doing, you know, all the fun poker stuff. Holidays back in Los Angeles. I need to get a car. I'm in the process of moving, and then come January, I guess it's probably going to be like Aussie Millions or PCA or something like that. So just playing a lot of poker. Actually, tonight I have to play Femme Fatale Fridays. It's the new Tiffany Michelle promo on Ultimate Bet. You can play some tournaments with me, you knock me out, and you know, there's a lot of cool prizes and stuff. So actually, Marie and I are planning on staying in our hotel room tonight, being degenerate gamblers, playing poker online. And that's about it. Possibly a reality show. I don't even know about that. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff in the works, so stay tuned.